ORMUS, also known as ORMES or M-state materials, is a group of substances that supposedly exhibit miraculous properties. According to proponents, ORMUS consists of precious metals like gold, platinum, and iridium in an exotic state of matter where the metals exist as separate single atoms rather than forming bonds or crystals. ORMUS is claimed to be the material that makes up the soul or life force of all organisms. Purported abilities of ORMUS include curing all diseases, correcting DNA errors, acting as a superconductor, emitting gamma radiation, levitating in Earth's magnetic field, reading minds, having an inertial mass different from gravitational mass, being fused into transparent glass, causing explosions of light, and even making severed cattails grow back. ORMUS was allegedly discovered in 1975 by David Hudson, an Arizona cotton farmer who spent over $5 million obtaining samples. Various ORMUS preparations are sold by alternative medicine practitioners under names like Cleopatra's Milk, Liquid Chai, Prime Enzymes, and Mountain Manna. Some ORMUS theories link it to concepts like pyramids, souls of the deceased, Bose-Einstein condensates, and biblical manna. The Ouija board, also known as a spirit board or talking board, is a flat board marked with letters, numbers, and various symbols used to ostensibly communicate with spirits. Participants place their fingers on a small heart-shaped piece of wood or plastic called a planchette, and it is believed to move about the board to spell out messages from the beyond. The name Ouija is a trademark of Hasbro, but it is often used generically to refer to any talking board. Spiritualists in the United States believed that the dead were able to contact the living and used talking boards, similar to modern Ouija boards, as early as 1886 to enable faster communication with spirits. Following its commercial patent in 1890, the Ouija board was regarded as an innocent parlor game unrelated to the occult, until American spiritualist Pearl Curran popularized its use as a divining tool during World War I. Mainstream religions have warned against the use of Ouija boards, with some considering it a form of divination or a satanic practice that can lead to demonic possession. Occultists are divided on the issue, with some claiming it can be a tool for positive transformation and others cautioning inexperienced users against it. The scientific community characterizes beliefs associated with Ouija boards as pseudoscience, explaining the board's action through the ideomotor effect, where unconscious movements of the participants control the pointer. Despite the warnings, Ouija boards have been a source of inspiration for many literary works, and have been used by notable figures such as poet James Merrill, who used the board as a means of channeling content for his poetry. Some have credited the Ouija board with providing guidance and inspiration in various aspects of their lives, from writing to personal spiritual growth. Oumuamua, detected in 2017, is the first known interstellar object to pass through our solar system. It was discovered by the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii and named after the Hawaiian term for scout or messenger. Oumuamua has a unique elongated shape, estimated to be between 100 and 1,000 meters long, with a width and thickness between 35 and 167 meters. Its reddish color is similar to objects found in the outer solar system, and it showed no signs of a coma, the nebulous envelope around a comet's nucleus, despite its close approach to the Sun. Oumuamua's trajectory suggests it originated from outside our solar system, possibly from the direction of Vega in the constellation Lyra, and has likely been traveling through interstellar space for millions or even billions of years. As it passed through our solar system, Oumuamua exhibited a non-gravitational acceleration, which could be explained by outgassing, the release of gases from its interior due to solar heating, or the pressure of solar radiation. The exact nature and composition of Oumuamua remain a mystery, with theories ranging from a nitrogen-rich ice fragment from an exoplanet to a hydrogen iceberg formed in an interstellar molecular cloud. Some even speculated that it could be an artificial object, like a solar sail, but this hypothesis is considered unlikely by most experts. The discovery of Oumuamua has sparked interest in the possibility of sending a spacecraft to study similar interstellar objects in the future, with several mission concepts being explored by scientists and engineers. As the first known visitor from another star system, Oumuamua has captivated the public attention and expanded our understanding of the diversity of objects that exist beyond our solar system. An out-of-place artifact, often called Oupart, is a strange historical or archaeological item that challenges our understanding of the past. It might seem too advanced for its time, or suggest human presence in unexpected places. These artifacts attract attention from unconventional fields like fringe science and ancient astronaut theories. They range from genuine anomalies to hoaxes or items explained conventionally. Critics say many Ouparts come from misunderstandings or wishful thinking. Supporters see them as clues to overlooked knowledge gaps or alternative views of history. Examples include the Antikythera mechanism, a Greek computer showing advanced astronomy knowledge, and the main penny, suggesting Viking contact with Native Americans. Overtoun Bridge, located near Dumbarton, Scotland, has gained notoriety as the dog suicide bridge due to numerous reports of dogs leaping from the bridge since the 1950s. The bridge, completed in 1895, spans a deep ravine and was designed by landscape architect H.E. Milner on the approach road to Overtoun House. Many dogs have reportedly jumped from the bridge, often resulting in serious injury or death upon landing on the rocks some 50 feet below. Theories attempting to explain this unusual behavior range from natural causes, such as the scent of mink urine luring dogs to jump, to speculation about paranormal activity. In one tragic human incident, a man suffering from paranoid schizophrenia threw his infant son from the bridge in 1994, believing the child to be an incarnation of the devil. Some locals attribute the strange occurrences to supernatural forces, suggesting that animals may be sensitive to paranormal activity around the bridge and Overtoun House. Despite investigations by animal welfare organizations and canine psychologists, no conclusive explanation has been found for the dog's behavior. The owners of Overtoun House have witnessed multiple dogs become agitated and jump from the bridge, with one owner suggesting that the scent of wild animals might be a contributing factor. The Oz factor refers to a strange experience where someone feels isolated or transported from everyday life into a similar but noticeably different environment. This term was coined by ufologist and author Jenny Randles to describe a common element in some UFO encounters and paranormal accounts. Folklorist Peter M. Roytowicz had one such experience in 1980, while working on his PhD dissertation about UFOs. While in the library, a man approached Roytowicz, engaged him in conversation, and then suddenly shouted accusingly about the importance of flying saucers before leaving abruptly. Afterward, Roytowicz felt unsettled and noticed the library seemed empty of librarians and patrons, but an hour later when he left, everything appeared normal again. These experiences often describe the atmosphere surrounding more spectacular paranormal encounters and are related to phenomena like déjà vu. Many anecdotal accounts exist of people sensing a presence, guidance, or seeing something that made them feel pulled away from their normal sequence of experiences. Though these reality-shattering experiences strongly impact the individuals, they are nearly impossible to further investigate. The Sri Anantha Padmanabhaswamy Temple houses 6 vaults, labeled A through E, which are believed to contain treasures hidden by the kings of Travancore. In 2011, vaults A, C, D, and E were opened, revealing a vast collection of precious items, including gold statues, gemstones, and coins, estimated to be worth around $22 billion. However, Vault B remains unopened to this day, guarded by a mysterious iron door with 2 large snakes engraved on it. According to legend, the door is sealed with a powerful mantra called the Ashtanag Band, and attempts to open it have led to illness or even death. It is believed that only a great saint devoted to Lord Vishnu can open the door by chanting the Garuda mantra. The temple itself is said to have been built in the 6th century by the kings of Travancore, though the exact date and builder remain unknown. According to Chinese mythology, in the beginning, the universe was a formless, primordial state that coalesced into a cosmic egg for about 18,000 years. Within this egg, the principles of yin and yang became balanced, and Pangu, a primitive, hairy giant with horns, emerged. Pangu began creating the world by separating yin from yang with a swing of his giant axe, creating the earth, yin, and the sky, yang. To keep them separated, Pangu stood between them and pushed up the sky for another 18,000 years, with the sky growing 10 feet higher, the earth 10 feet thicker, and Pangu 10 feet taller each day. In some versions of the story, Pangu is aided by the 4 holy beasts, the turtle, the killin, the phoenix, and the dragon. After the 18,000 years, Pangu died, and his body transformed into various parts of the world. His breath became the wind, mist, and clouds. His voice, thunder. His left eye, the sun. His right eye, the moon. His head, the mountains and extremes of the world. His blood, rivers. His muscles, fertile land. His facial hair, the stars and Milky Way. His fur, bushes and forests. His bones, valuable minerals. His bone marrow, precious jewels. His sweat, rain, and the fleas on his fur carried by the wind became animals. The Pangu myth is thought to have originated from stories during the Western Zhou dynasty, with some scholars linking it to the ancestral mythologies of the Miao and Yao people in southern China. In Buyei culture, Pangu is celebrated as an expert in rice farming and the progenitor of the Buyei people through his marriage to the daughter of the Dragon King. Pangu is worshipped at various shrines in contemporary China, often with Taoist symbols, such as the Bagua. Panpsychism is the view that mind, or a mind-like aspect, is a fundamental and ubiquitous feature of reality, and has been described as the theory that the mind is a fundamental feature of the world which exists throughout the universe. It is one of the oldest philosophical theories, and has been ascribed to philosophers including Thales, Plato, Spinoza, Leibniz, William James, Alfred North Whitehead, Bertrand Russell, and Galen Strawson. In the 19th century, panpsychism was the default theory of mind in Western thought, but it saw a decline in the mid-20th century with the rise of logical positivism. Recent interest in the hard problem of consciousness and developments in the fields of neuroscience, psychology, and quantum physics have revived interest in panpsychism in the 21st century. The term panpsychism can be broken down to mean that in the Greek, pan means all, everything, whole, and in psyche means soul, mind. Panpsychists posit that the type of consciousness we know through our own experience is present, in some form, in a wide range of natural bodies. Contemporary proponents hold that consciousness or subjective experience is ubiquitous, while distinguishing these qualities from more complex human cognition. They see consciousness as fundamental at the level of subatomic particles, but do not see most aggregate things, such as rocks or buildings, as conscious. Though it has not been definitively proven through scientific testing and experimentation, proponents of panpsychism suggest that it elegantly solves the problems brought about by the hard problem of consciousness, the ostensibly inexplicable gap between objective descriptions of physical phenomena and the subjective experience of consciousness. Criticism of panpsychism includes allegations that it is empirically unverifiable and unfalsifiable, and that it does not improve our understanding of how consciousness works. Detractors also point to problems explaining how the tiny consciousnesses of subatomic particles combine to create the larger consciousnesses of more complex entities. Pareidolia is the tendency to perceive a meaningful interpretation, usually an object, pattern, or meaning, in a vague or ambiguous visual stimulus where none actually exists. Common examples include seeing animals or faces in clouds, perceiving faces in inanimate objects, or noticing hidden messages in music played in reverse or at altered speeds. The word pareidolia derives from the Greek words para, meaning something faulty or wrong, and eidolon, meaning image, form, or shape. Studies have shown that pareidolia can evoke brain activity and responses similar to those elicited by real faces or objects, suggesting it's a relatively early and automatic perceptual process rather than a late cognitive reinterpretation. This phenomenon may result from natural selection favoring individuals who could quickly identify threats or emotional states from minimal visual cues. Pareidolia can occur in various contexts, such as seeing recognizable shapes in rock formations, ink blot tests like the Rorschach, or even hidden images in works of art and architecture. Some famous examples of pareidolia include the face on Mars, captured by satellite imagery, the devil's head in Canadian banknotes, and the perception of religious figures like Jesus or the Virgin Mary in ordinary objects. The participatory anthropic principle, coined by physicist John Wheeler, suggests that reality is created by observers in the universe. Wheeler asked the profound question, how does something arise from nothing? In relation to the existence of space and time, he proposed the concept of it from bit, which states that all physical things are fundamentally information theoretic in origin. According to this doctrine, every particle, field of force, and even the space-time continuum itself derives its existence from binary choices or bits of information. Wheeler believed that the universe is participatory, meaning that reality arises from the posing of yes-no questions and the registering of responses evoked by measuring equipment. To illustrate this concept, he used a variant of the 20 questions game called negative 20 questions, in which the respondent does not choose a definite object beforehand, but provides a consistent set of yes or no answers to narrow down the options. Similarly, Wheeler suggested that consciousness may play a role in bringing the universe into existence through the questions we choose to ask about it. In a radio interview, he stated that we are participators in bringing into being not only the near and present, but also the far away and distant past. If this theory is correct, conscious observers throughout the universe are the creators, or at least the minds that make the universe manifest. The term particle chauvinism, coined by British astrophysicist Martin Rees, refers to the potentially mistaken assumption that what we consider normal matter, such as atoms, quarks, and electrons, forms the basis of all matter in the universe. In reality, this type of matter may be a rare phenomenon, as the growing recognition of dark matter's presence in the late 20th century suggests that ordinary baryonic matter is more of a cosmic afterthought. As J.D. Barrow put it, this realization would be the final Copernican twist in our status within the material universe, indicating that not only are we not at the center of the universe, but we are not even made of the predominant form of matter. In the 21st century, the share of baryonic matter in the total mass energy of the universe was further downgraded, perhaps to as low as 1%, extending what has been called the demise of particle chauvinism. However, more recent estimates have revised the proportion of baryonic matter up to around 5% of the contents of the universe. Pascal's wager, proposed by 17th century French philosopher Blaise Pascal, suggests that individuals engage in a life-defining gamble regarding the belief in God's existence. Pascal argues that a rational person should live as if God exists, because if he does, one stands to gain immeasurably eternal happiness in heaven, while if he doesn't, one only loses finite pleasures and luxuries. The wager uses the following logic. God either exists or doesn't, and one must wager on his existence. If God exists and one believes, they gain infinitely. If God doesn't exist and one believes, they lose nothing. Therefore, believing in God is the most rational choice. Pascal addresses the difficulty of genuine belief by proposing that acting as if one believes can lead to actual faith. Critics argue that the wager doesn't prove God's existence, and that it encourages inauthentic belief solely motivated by potential gain. The argument from inconsistent revelations suggests that the existence of multiple religions undermines the wager's mathematical advantage, as one could believe in the wrong God. Some critics argue that feigning belief to gain eternal reward is dishonest and immoral, and that an omniscient God would see through this deceptive strategy. However, Pascal argues that the inability to believe is caused by irrational feelings that can be overcome by diminishing these sentiments through religious practices. Variations of the wager have been proposed by various philosophers and theologians throughout history, including in Buddhist, Islamic, and Christian traditions. The wager has also been applied to contemporary issues like climate change, where inaction in the face of potential catastrophe is seen as foolhardy, even if the probability of disaster is small. Past life regression is a method that uses hypnosis to recover what practitioners believe are memories of past lives or incarnations. The practice is undertaken either in pursuit of a spiritual experience or in a psychotherapeutic setting. Most advocates loosely adhere to beliefs about reincarnation, though religious traditions that incorporate reincarnation generally do not include the idea of repressed memories of past lives. The technique involves the subject answering a series of questions while hypnotized to reveal identity and events of alleged past lives. The use of hypnosis and suggestive questions can leave the subject particularly likely to hold distorted or false memories. Investigations of memories reported during past life regression have revealed historical inaccuracies originating from common beliefs about history, modern popular culture, or books that discuss historical events. Experiments indicate that a belief in reincarnation and suggestions by the hypnotist are the two most important factors regarding the contents of memories reported. The technique has roots in various religious and spiritual traditions, including Hinduism, Jainism, and spiritualism. The belief in reincarnation is the main predictor that the patient will have a past life memory during past life therapy. One notorious case involved an American woman who remembered being an Irish woman named Bridie Murphy, but investigation showed that she did not remember a past life, but her childhood instead. Studies suggest that past lives are likely false memories implanted through the susceptibility of the hypnotic method, and the degree to which the memories are considered credible is correlated most significantly to the subject's beliefs about reincarnation and their expectation to remember a past life. Past life regression has been critiqued for being unethical, as it lacks evidence to support its claims and increases one's susceptibility to false memories, which can be problematic as it creates delusions under the guise of therapy. The hypnotic methodology that underpins past life regression places the participant in a vulnerable position, susceptible to implantation of false memories, which may be harmful and violate the principle of first, do no harm. The Patomskiy Crater, also known as the Patom Crater or Kolpakov Cone, is a peculiar rock formation located in the Bodaibo district of the Irkutsk region of southeastern Siberia. It is a large mound made of shattered limestone blocks on the slopes of the Patom Highlands in an area of dense taiga, with a base diameter of about 160 meters and a height of about 40 meters. The cone's crown is ring-shaped, and in its center there is a smaller mound with a height of about 12 meters. The volume of the crater is estimated to be 230,000 to 250,000 cubic meters, with a weight of about 1 million tons. The Patomskiy Crater was discovered in 1949 by Russian geologist Vadim Kolpakov. Its origins have been subject to intense scientific interest, with hypotheses including meteorite impact, volcanic activity, and gaseous origin, but to date, no definite proof has been given. Through dendrochronology, The age of the crater is estimated to be around 300 years old. Some scientists initially believed that the crater was the result of a large footprint of an ultra-dense meteorite or a fragment of the Tunguska meteorite, while others believed it was the result of a breakthrough of a deep pocket of natural gas. A study conducted by V.S. Antipin and A.M. Fedorov showed through morphological, structural, and chemical data that the crater is likely volcanic in origin, caused by a rapid outbreak of deep fluids, CO2 and H2O, and gases, CO and H2. During the Patomskiy Crater Conference in 2010, experts rejected the meteorite hypothesis, and geophysicists from St. Petersburg Mining University and the Institute of Geophysics in Yekaterinburg concluded that the crater has an endogenetic origin based on gravimetric and geoelectrical investigations.